It's Mariah. This is my channel, Mariah's Moods. Welcome or welcome back. Today's vlog is going to be very different than anything that I've filmed or that I've even planned or intended for my channel. But if you've been here from the start, I haven't been on long. A big reason why I started this channel is because I wanted to have something for me. I wanted to have an outlet for myself. I wanted to build a community. I wanted to do things that made me happy, and I wanted to be me, like unapologetically. And so with that, that means that I want to be willing to show who I am and not mask and not hide things about me. Like, I am generally a happy person. I like to have fun. I love people. I'm introverted and extroverted at the same time. But I want my channel to be authentic and I want to be genuine. This week I was filming a Summerween vlog because it is currently Summerween and I was so excited about it. But unfortunately, my brain is not cooperating. I'm on the verge of anxiety, like a low depressive and anxiety ridden ride. And this happens more than I would like it to. It's been a minute since I've had one of these episodes, but I feel it coming on, and I need to take a step back from reading today and probably this week and focus more on resetting and grounding myself. Reading is usually an outlet for me that does bring joy, but sometimes if I get to this point, reading can sometimes make things worse. And I don't know why that is. It could be that I'm just reading the wrong thing, but I really think it comes down to a lack of motivation, struggling to find joy in things. And if it's something like reading that usually sparks so much joy when I'm in this mode, and it's hard to find joy, I think it hits harder with reading because I'm like, this is like the one thing that should be helping and it's not. And I think it just like takes me deeper. Yeah. So I figured instead of a typical reading vlog, I think I'm just going to bring you guys along with me as I try and do what I can to basically ground myself. You can usually tell when this is coming on. So this is not a quick onset, something has like induced my anxiety and I'm spiraling. This is like something that progresses over a couple of days. And I can feel it. I think I'm at that peak where I can either go down and become even more isolated and, you know, just like in a hole. Or I can try and do some things to center myself, to ground myself, to reset myself, that hopefully it'll be easier to bounce back. So I figure, come along with me over these next few days as I try and do things to ease my anxiety and not end up a hermit. I'm just, unfortunately, just not, it's not a good time. It's never a good time, but it never seems to fail that when things are busy, this is when it happens. And you know, it's probably connected, like it's probably why. It's just, yeah. So, right now, my kids are playing. They're upstairs. This is a rare moment where all four of them are getting along really, really well and playing. So they're doing their thing upstairs, hanging out. And so And Marcus is currently at his back procedure. Luckily, his friend could take him so that I didn't have to drag all of the kids to the doctor. So he'll probably be home in the next couple of hours, and he's going to need help with like recovery. Basically, in a nutshell, the Army has fucked up my husband's back. Like between deployments, airborne jumps, training, like just being in the Army, his back is just a mess. And they're trying to do what they can to basically prolong and like prevent or like postpone surgery because he is so young. He's only 32, and they're like, well, doing back surgery now, like in another 20 years, you're going to need another one. So let's see what we can do to like help now. So he's got a procedure happening. He's going to be coming up from anesthesia, and with back procedures, he's probably going to be sore. So he's going to need some help with that. So while my kids are playing, I think what I'm going to do is watch some mindless TV, fold some laundry, and just like kind of work on centering myself, and then we'll go from there. So I hope this isn't something that you're like, oh no. If you can relate, like I would really love to hear what are some things that you do to kind of center yourself and keep yourself from going down further. So yeah, let's do some laundry and watch some mindless TV. So, laundry has been folded. Oh, it's just so glamorous. Excuse the Christmas sweatshirt. Listen, what I wear around the house is not bound by seasons. So, what I'm going to do is put this stuff away, finish making lunch for the kiddos, and feed them some lunch, and figure out what else can I do to reset myself. So it has been a few hours. I finished putting laundry away, made the kids some lunch, put them down for a nap. Then Marcus got home, so we watched an episode of Walking Dead. And now I think what I'm feeling like I need is a shower. So when I'm in this mood, like I just feel like I need to wash off the ick, wash off the gunk. And usually sometimes that helps me just feel refreshed. Like I feel like I've just been sitting in this for so long that I need like a fresh restart. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower, like do the whole shebang, hair, like it all, like you know what I mean. Like there's like a quick shower and then there's like the shower. So I'm gonna take a shower, and then I think what I'm gonna do, I know I have to run to the store and I need to get my cat some more food. So I'll probably do that and then come home, maybe do some crocheting or paint. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm gonna hop in the shower and just like refresh myself. Okay guys, welcome back. So it's been a few hours since I actually spoke to you, but I've been doing a lot and I'm actually feeling a little bit better. So I think the last thing I checked in with you was I was gonna take a shower. I did. I took the full shower, washed the hair, which feels so much better, and went to go pick up Cheeto some new cat food, and then I came back and I did some painting. I'm currently working on creating my own TBR game, and so I wanted something completely custom for myself. So I've been repurposing an old Game of Life board. I'm not keeping the Game of Life rules. I just honestly wanted like a track for myself to go through. So I've been painting and repurposing it for what I would like for my game. So I worked on that. More on that to come later. But after that, I did some... I like the dinner. I'm so glad you like the dinner. I got Chinese for birthday. We'll see, okay? Well, my kids love dinner. So after I did some painting, it was still nap time. The kids were still asleep, which was fantastic. So I sat down and did some crocheting and just listened to some music, which was very calming for me. And then it was time for dinner. So instead of doing the typical thing of I'm not feeling it, I'm just going to order out, I decided to make dinner. Do you want more bread or noodles? Bread. So I decided to make dinner. So I did something simple. I got paint on myself. I did something simple. I just did some bacon carbonara and some garlic bread. So that for me was a good enough dinner and I felt accomplished. But then I remember that today is Tuesday, which means that it's book club night, and usually when I'm in this funk, I would just kind of cancel because I want to be a recluse and I don't want to leave the house, but I am trying to do things to get myself back, to reset myself. As uncomfortable as it seems right now to actually leave the house and be social, I know that once I get there, I would actually have a good time and it would probably be really good for me. What I really, really love about the group of women that I meet with for book club is that we all relate a lot to each other, so I know that 100% they would understand what I'm feeling right now, and that would just be really validating. And so I'm definitely gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get semi-ready. Honestly, it's so informal. I don't really need to do anything, but I'll probably just kind of get this mop together. And get my Kindle and head to book club. I'll try and get some footage if they don't mind. And then depending on how late book club ends up being, I'll either update you tonight or in the morning. We shall see. The next day. So yesterday was a lot and I was on the verge of a spiral, but I am really proud of myself for recognizing that that's what was happening and doing things that I felt were going to help me at least slow down that process. I knew that I wasn't going to just straight up bounce out of it, but if I could at least slow it down, work through some of those intrusive thoughts, and do some, just honestly, just some self-care and just self-maintenance. And I think overall it helped. I woke up this morning and I was kind of in the same funk, but I do think that today is going to be a little bit better. I think I can maybe kind of roll out of this one. Hopefully it doesn't get much worse from here. But I think that I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog because honestly there's not much that I can contribute to this topic. I am by no means a licensed professional. I don't have any type of background in therapy and ways to reset and de-escalate and center, but I mean, I am medicated myself and I'm in the process of working with a therapist, but I am by no means like perfect. I am by no means a professional. So I have just for myself have found some things that personally help me when I'm feeling very anxious and on the verge of a downward spiral, just some things that I have found that help me kind of recenter. So one of those being accomplishing at least one thing throughout the day. And so yesterday I did 2 loads of laundry. Well, I put away 2 baskets of laundry. For me, that is a huge accomplishment. Laundry in itself is something like a Herculean task, but I wanted to do something that wasn't too strenuous, wasn't too mind consuming, but something that's important that when I get done I can feel better. So I did the laundry, and that helps, and that also helps me with my intrusive thoughts of me being lazy, me not being productive, and just like all of the other things that come in my mind when I'm feeling that way. So that's one thing I did. Another thing that I have found that helps to kind of like recenter myself is taking some time to do things that I enjoy that aren't going to be too mentally tasking. So yesterday that was doing some painting, doing some crochet, listening to music. Those things for me are just very grounding practices that don't take a lot of mental effort. And that's why I took a break with reading, because it was taking a lot of mental effort and it was just bringing me down even further, and it was very frustrating because reading is my absolute favorite pastime, but when I can't like enjoy it, it makes it so much worse, because I'm like, well, what really is wrong with you? You can't even enjoy your favorite thing. So that's why I had to take a break from reading. Another thing that I like to do is do like a complete like body reset, like taking a shower and washing off the gunk and like doing some self-care in the shower, like a deep condition and like exfoliation, like all of that stuff. So I did that yesterday, which really helped. And then finally, the last thing that I have been learning that helps is to have a little bit of social time, like in a very controlled way, because when I get in that mode, I just want to become a hermit crab and sit on my couch under a blanket and just sit. And that is not good for my mental being, and I can't be a productive mother and a supportive spouse when I'm in that mode. So I decided to go to book club last night, and it was absolutely fantastic and everything that I needed. That group of women are just so supportive of one another, and what I really love is there are weeks when we meet and we barely talk about books. Like, we obviously talk about books, but it's also just a great time to just have some laid back social time, not like out and about. We rotate and meet at each other's homes, so it's very cozy, very low key. We all kind of suffer from the same type of anxiety, so they all understand. So it was really nice to have like sounding boards last night and talk about books and just catch up with adult friends. So it was just like absolutely fantastic, and it was exactly what I needed. So those are just some things that I do when I need to recenter myself, when I'm just kind of in a really bad mental state, just to keep me from spiraling. Again, I am not a licensed professional. I am not here to tell you that what works for me is going to work for you. I always advocate for people to reach out and get help by professionals if you are feeling this way, or if you go through cycles of high anxiety and depression. Please reach out and get some professional help. But I hope that maybe some of the things that I do to kind of reset myself can help you if you ever find yourself in a similar situation. Yes, so I know that this was very different than what I've typically been posting on my channel. I know that this is not necessarily a book-related video, but I do talk about bookish lifestyle, and this is part of my life, and I just wanted to be very genuine and very straightforward with you guys when it comes to who I am. And yesterday it wasn't a good mood. It was not a good mood. So I needed to do some things to try and change that mood. So if you enjoyed this video or found it to be, I don't know, entertaining, helpful, interesting, whatever, please let me know in the comments. If you have ever experienced this, what are some things that you do to kind of recenter yourself, reset yourself, keep you from a downward spiral? I would love to know what are some other strategies, because I'm always trying to find something new. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I would greatly appreciate it if you were to subscribe to my channel. I post bookish and lifestyle content, so if you like that stuff, you're in the right place. I hope you're having a wonderful time out there and that your day is full of good moods and good vibes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!